Well, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. I'm Richard Allan, and I bet you didn't think you were going to see me today. And I didn't think you were going to see me today either. And then Nano Dimension decided to, they dropped the big one. $500 million offering. $500 million. That means that after this, in the next couple days, they're going to have $1.5 billion, $1.5 billion to do what with? I don't know. Maybe they're going to buy Lockheed Martin or something. I don't know. This is crazy. Let's pull up the article here on Nano Dimension's website. So Nano Dimension prices $500 million registered direct offering, 39.1 million shares. You can see it right here for a price of $12.80 per share. Okay, we're going to look at the stock chart here, and we're going to do some speculation based on where we think the price might fall. I don't believe it's going to fall all the way down to $12.80, but it certainly could. Right now, if we pull up the stock chart, we're at $15.60. So $12.80 would be quite the drop. It would be a big drop. Now, I've surveyed people over on my Discord that really love Nano Dimension, and a lot of them are excited to purchase this dip. I probably will be buying the dip as well. This is another direct offering. This isn't a public offering. The great thing with a direct offering is they've already entered into agreements with institutions. We're going to pull up Ark Invest funds, and I'll show you how much Ark Invest owns right now between two of their ETFs. But again, this is today they announced it has entered into definitive agreements with investors, okay? This is a direct offering, not a public offering. It's very different than what some of the other companies have done in the past, like NIO and Tesla and some of these bigger companies that have much more demand for their shares in the public market. Nano Dimension has both demand for their shares in the public market, but obviously on the institutional side as well. If you remember, the vote for them to double their available shares was today. A lot of you thought, oh, that's a stock split, that's some sort of weird split, or they're adding shares, or whatever's happening. You know, all they did was they doubled the available shares today. That went through, obviously, because they didn't have 40 million shares to offer in a direct offering until today. Now, this had to all be lined up. They didn't just say, hey guys, we've got more shares. Like they knew this was probably going to go through, and they had investors lined up beforehand. Now tomorrow I'm going to share a cool slideshow that I got from one of my people in Discord as well. I'm going to verify all the information on there before I share it with you guys. I did verify some of the ARK numbers, but it goes through the top 10 institutions that actually own Nano Dimension. It's pretty sweet. So on that note, let's jump over to the ARK funds here. So we know that Nano Dimension has been in the Ark Q ETF for a long time, but they were recently added to the Ark W ETF as well. Now, Ark W is the next generation internet ETF. When they came out and said they're building, they're able to 3D print RF transmitters and things like that. That was probably the main reason they were added into the Ark W fund. And they're in the 51st place still, but there's 4.9 million shares for $76 million. The Ark W fund is much bigger in terms of market value, and I'll show you that in a second with the Ark Q fund. So remember, almost $77 million here in the Ark W fund. Let's go over to the Ark Q fund. Ark Q is autonomous technology and robotics. Tesla's in the #1 spot, but Nano Dimension isn't far behind. They're in the 11th spot right now with a 2.71% weighting in the ETF, $111 million. So 111 plus 77 million, what is that? It's a lot. Ark Invest owns a lot of Nano Dimension. They're actually the #1 institutional holder of Nano Dimension. They own about 5% of the company. Potentially a little bit more. After this direct offering goes through, I think it's right around 5%. Because right now, I mean, Nano Dimension is going to almost have a $4 billion market cap after this offering goes through. Just absolutely bonkers. We've seen this company grow through these direct offerings like crazy, but we've seen the share price grow like crazy too. Again, we've been talking about this stock since it was $2 to something per share. So I'm not surprised, but I know a lot of people are surprised. A lot of people still get upset. It's happening in my Discord too. A lot of people get upset about these direct offerings, but again, they're direct offerings. Nano Dimension is entering into agreements with companies and institutions like Ark Invest. I would hope, right, that these institutions would know how to smell a rat. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people are getting frustrated with these offerings, thinking that Nano Dimension is taking advantage of us, they're taking advantage of their other shareholders, or they're just using their shareholders as an ATM. I don't think that's the case. I really think that Nano Dimension is doing something special. And I really think, I keep saying it, I think this could be a $25-30 billion company in the next 5 to 10 years. I'm not going to talk about the next 1 to 2 years because I don't know where this is going to go in the next 1 to 2 years. But I don't think we even understand the full capabilities of Nano Dimension yet. I don't think we do yet. And that excites me for the future of Nano Dimension. And I will be buying the dip. I'm just trying to figure out how much, depending on how much it falls, and whether or not I'm going to only swing trade it, or I'm going to add it to my long-term portfolio right now, depending on where it dips to. We'll see. I'm really, really excited for Nano Dimension's future, and I will be adding it to my long-term portfolio. I just don't know how much I'm gonna buy yet, because yeah, like I said, I really think we could still 10x from here. We really, really could, guys. And who knows over the long haul where this company will be and what they're going to change in the manufacturing field. Guys, I'm really, really excited for Nano Dimension. If we look at the price range, I don't think we're going to fall to 13. I don't think we're going to fall much below 14, but we certainly could. Usually the dips happen pre-market. And then once market opens, people end up buying the dip. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me for another video. I'm sorry it's so late, but the news came late, folks. Okay, and I was enjoying my President's Day off, and I hope you guys were as well, having a long 3-day weekend away from trading. I know a lot of you guys are chomping at the bit, and I am too. I'm excited to get up early tomorrow and stare at the markets and make some money. So. I'll be reporting back for you guys that slideshow like I talked about, that presentation that I have with all the top 10 investing companies that hold Nano Dimension. And once I verify all that info, I'll share that with you guys. Thank you so much. Have a good night. As always, if you didn't already do it, click that beautiful red subscribe button down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.